Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you a question. What's stopping you? What's holding you back from becoming the person you were born to be? The story you tell yourself determines the life you live. Every single day, whether you realize it or not, you are reinforcing a narrative about who you are, what you're capable of, and what's possible for you. That narrative is either empowering you or limiting you. It's either propelling you forward or chaining you to the past. Most people are stuck not because of their circumstances, but because of the way they perceive their circumstances. They have convinced themselves that their past failures define them, that their current struggles are permanent, or that their dreams are too far out of reach. But none of that is true. From the time we're young, we absorb beliefs from the world around user parents, our teachers, our experiences, and society. Some of those beliefs serve us, but many of them do not. If you've ever thought, I'm not smart enough, I'm not talented enough, or I'm just not that kind of person, you've fallen into the trap of a limiting belief. The problem isn't reality. The problem is the lens you're looking through. And if you don't challenge that lens, if you don't rewrite the story, you will continue to live a life that is far smaller than what you're capable of. Think about this. How many times have you doubted yourself before even trying? How many opportunities have you let slip away because you assumed you weren't ready? The truth is, no one is born with unshakable confidence. No one starts out knowing exactly what they're doing. The people you admire, the people who have achieved extraordinary things are not special. They're not gifted in some way that you're not. They just told themselves a different story. They told themselves that they were capable, that they could figure it out, that failure wasn't a reason to stop, but a reason to learn. And because they believed that, they acted on it. Your mind is the command center of your life. If you constantly feed it reasons why you can't, it will find evidence to support that. If you focus on your weaknesses, your mistakes, and your fears, you will magnify them. But the same is true in the other direction. If you start telling yourself a new story, one that empowers you, one that reminds you of your strengths, one that keeps you moving forward, you will start to see opportunities instead of roadblocks. You will begin to take action where you once hesitated. You will find solutions where you once saw dead ends. The greatest shift you can make in your life is deciding that you are not bound by the past. It does not matter what happened yesterday, last year, or a decade ago. You are not your failures. You are not your mistakes. You are not the person who quit, or the person who doubted, or the person who hesitated. You are who you decide to be right now. The power is always in the present moment. The question is, what are you going to do with it? There is no external force stopping you from creating a new reality. The only thing that can hold you back is the belief that you can't change. And that belief, it's just a thought that has been repeated so many times it feels real. But thoughts can be replaced, they can be rewritten. And when you rewrite your thoughts, you rewrite your life. It starts with awareness. It starts with catching yourself when you slip into self-doubt, when you start making excuses, when you start playing small. The moment you recognize those thoughts, challenge them, replace them. Remind yourself that you are capable, that you are strong, that you have overcome so much already. Every time you do this, you weaken the old story and reinforce the new one. The truth is, you are the author of your own life. Every day, you have the chance to rewrite the script, to flip the page, to start fresh. Your past does not define you. Your current circumstances do not define you. The only thing that defines you is what you choose to believe and what you choose to do next. Perfection is an illusion. It's a trap that most people fall into because they believe that success can only come when everything is just right. The conditions need to be perfect. The plan must be flawless. They wait for the ideal moment to start, thinking that once everything aligns, they'll be able to take massive action. But that moment never comes. Why? Because perfection doesn't exist. Waiting for everything to be perfect is simply another form of procrastination, a way to delay the inevitable. The truth is, if you keep waiting for the right time, you'll never make progress. The only time that matters is now. Think about some of the most successful people in the world. None of them waited for perfection. None of them waited for the perfect conditions to begin. Instead, they took action, often without having all the answers. They started with what they had and improved along the way. The idea of perfecting something before moving forward only paralyzes you and holds you back from experiencing the momentum that comes from action. The more you wait, the more you miss out on opportunities. The more you hesitate, the more you let fear and doubt win. Action, however, is where transformation begins. You don't need to have it all figured out in the beginning. The path will become clearer as you move. The first step might be messy, uncomfortable, and uncertain, but that's how progress works. You learn by doing, not by overthinking. Every step you take forward, no matter how small, adds to the momentum. The first attempt doesn't need to be perfect. It only needs to be a step in the right direction. And the next step, it'll be easier. The next attempt, it will be better. One of the greatest mistakes people make is to assume they can't make an impact until they have it all figured out. But the truth is, no one has it all figured out. Life is full of ambiguity, uncertainty, and risk. The moment you accept that perfection doesn't exist is the moment you free yourself to take massive action. Perfectionism keeps you trapped in analysis paralysis, where you become so consumed with the details, the outcomes, and the potential for failure that you never actually get started. The longer you wait, the more you build up in your mind the idea that you're not ready. The more you question yourself, the more you hold back. And all that time, the world keeps moving forward. Opportunities slip through your fingers, and you remain stagnant, stuck in a cycle of, I'll do it tomorrow. What if you gave up the need for perfection? What if you decided that taking action, even if it's imperfect, is better than sitting back and doing nothing? What if you chose progress over perfection? The most successful people understand this. They know that mistakes are part of the journey. Failure is a stepping stone, and each failure is an opportunity to learn, grow, and improve. The key is to keep going, to keep showing up, to keep moving forward. It's the imperfect action that leads to massive success. By taking action, you force yourself to learn, adapt, and innovate. You find creative solutions to challenges you didn't anticipate. You connect with people, find new opportunities, and uncover things about yourself that you never knew. The more you do, the more you become. Remember, success is not the result of perfection. It's the result of consistent, imperfect action. Every decision you make to act, no matter how small, moves you closer to your goal. And each time you take action, the next step becomes easier. There's no need to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect resources. All you need is the willingness to take that first step and the courage to keep going. That's what separates those who succeed from those who don't. Not waiting for perfection, but moving forward despite the imperfections. You can refine, adjust, and improve along the way, but the key is to start now. Asterisk, asterisk, the time for perfection has never come, and it never will. The time for action is always now. Life is full of challenges. It's part of the human experience. But challenges are not meant to break you, they're meant to shape you. Every obstacle, every setback, every difficulty you face has the potential to teach you something, to strengthen you, to prepare you for the next level. But here's the thing, when most people encounter an obstacle, they see it as a roadblock. They see it as a reason to stop, to quit, or to give up on their dreams. They let the challenge dictate their actions. But those who rise above, who push through, are the ones who understand that obstacles are not stop signs, they're tests. The challenge itself is not the problem. The problem is how you choose to respond to it. When you face adversity, you have two options. You can either surrender to it, let it control you, and allow it to stop you in your tracks. Or you can see it for what it truly is, a test of your strength, resolve, and your commitment to your goals. It's a test of your ability to keep moving forward, even when everything around you seems to be falling apart. The key to overcoming obstacles lies in how you perceive them. People who achieve great things aren't any different from you or me. They face the same fears, the same struggles, and the same doubts. What sets them apart is their perspective. They've learned to look at obstacles as opportunities. They see every challenge as a chance to grow, to become better, to expand their limits. Instead of letting the obstacle defeat them, they use it to fuel their progress. They understand that growth happens outside of their comfort zone. If they never face challenges, they never have the opportunity to expand their capabilities. Take a moment and think about the obstacles you've faced in your own life. Think about the moments when you thought you couldn't go on, when you felt like the weight of the world was too much to bear. It's likely that during those times you were pushed to your limits. But look where you are now. You're still here. You made it through. And the truth is, those experiences didn't break you. They built you. They showed you what you were truly capable of. They taught you how strong you are, how resilient you are. The greatest lessons in life often come from the hardest times. It's in the moments of struggle that we discover what we're made of. It's in those moments that we learn how to dig deep, how to find strength we didn't even know we had, and how to rise above our circumstances. The next time you face an obstacle, instead of focusing on the difficulty of the situation, shift your focus to the lesson. What is this obstacle here to teach you? What part of yourself is being called to rise? How can this challenge make you stronger, smarter, and more prepared for what's ahead? Obstacles can feel insurmountable when you try to tackle them alone. But the key is persistence. The key is to keep moving, even when it feels like you're not making progress. One small step forward is still progress. One more try, even when you fail, is still progress. It's about putting in the effort, showing up, and doing the work, even when the outcome is uncertain. The results may not come right away, and the road may be long, but the key is to keep going. When you encounter obstacles, it's important to remember that success is not linear. There will be setbacks. There will be times when it feels like you're not getting anywhere. But those moments of struggle are just part of the process. They are the necessary ingredients for success. Without them, you wouldn't develop the resilience, the grit, and the determination to keep moving forward. The next time you hit a roadblock, don't let it stop you. Don't let it make you believe that you're not meant to succeed. Understand that obstacles are part of the journey. They're the tests that separate the people who are willing to quit from the people who are willing to push through. And it's those who push through, those who keep moving forward no matter how tough it gets, who ultimately achieve greatness. Resilience is the quality that distinguishes those who achieve extraordinary success from those who give up at the first sign of difficulty. It's not about avoiding failure or preventing challenges from appearing in your life. Resilience is about how you respond when things go wrong. Everyone faces hardship at some point. It's inevitable. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is the ability to get back up time and time again, no matter how many times you fall. Life doesn't always go according to plan. You'll face disappointments, setbacks, and failures that test your resolve. You might lose a job, face a personal crisis, or encounter unexpected obstacles that seem impossible to overcome. In those moments, it's easy to get discouraged, to believe that success is no longer within reach. But if you allow those setbacks to define you, if you allow them to dictate your future, you'll never get to where you want to go. Resilience is about bouncing back from setbacks with more strength, more determination, and more clarity. It's about learning from failure rather than being defeated by it. Failure is not something to fear. It's something to embrace. It's an essential part of growth. Every time you fail, you learn something valuable. You learn what doesn't work, what you need to improve, and how you can do better next time. And if you're willing to keep going, to keep trying, to keep pushing forward despite the failures, you will inevitably succeed. You've likely heard the phrase, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." It's true. The challenges you face are the very things that will build your resilience. The times when you feel like giving up are the times when you're growing the most. But in order to build resilience, you need to reframe the way you view failure. Instead of seeing it as a defeat, see it as an opportunity to grow stronger, smarter, and more capable. Every setback is simply a part of the process. It's a test of your commitment to your goals. If you're willing to continue despite the setbacks, you'll find that you have more power within you than you ever realized. Building resilience requires a mindset shift. You need to stop thinking that life should always be easy or smooth. The most successful people don't have an easier time than anyone else. They just have a different mindset. They expect challenges. They know they'll encounter obstacles, but instead of shrinking from them, they rise to meet them. They're not afraid of failure because they understand that failure is just a stepping stone to success. They see it as feedback, not a final verdict. One of the biggest challenges to resilience is our own self-doubt. When you fail or encounter hardship, it's easy to think, maybe I'm not cut out for this. Maybe I'm not good enough. Those thoughts are natural, but they're also lies. The reality is, you are capable of far more than you think. It's not about your talent or your circumstances, it's about your mindset. The people who succeed are the ones who refuse to quit, no matter how many times they fall. They know that resilience isn't built in the easy moments, it's built in the hard ones. Resilience also comes from having a strong sense of purpose. When you know why you're doing something, when you are clear on the deeper reason behind your actions, it's much easier to keep going when times get tough. A clear purpose gives you the strength to keep pushing forward, even when the road ahead seems long and uncertain. It gives you the mental toughness to keep moving, even when the finish line feels impossibly far away. The truth is, no one is born with unlimited resilience. It's a skill that is developed over time. It's built through consistent practice, through facing challenges head-on, and through refusing to give up. The more you practice resilience, the stronger you become. You begin to see setbacks as temporary, obstacles as opportunities, and challenges as part of the journey. You become someone who doesn't let anything stand in their way. Resilience isn't about never failing. It's about failing forward. It's a falling down, but getting up again with even more determination. It's about facing every obstacle, every setback, every disappointment, with the mindset that nothing will stop you from reaching your goals. The more you practice resilience, the more unstoppable you become. And in the end, it's that resilience, that refusal to quit, that will lead you to the success you've been striving for. When it comes to achieving anything great, you cannot rely solely on how you feel in the moment. Emotions are powerful, they can lift you up, but they can also drag you down. When you're motivated, when everything seems to be aligned, it's easy to take action. But what happens when that motivation fades? What happens when the excitement dies down and the challenges get real? This is when true commitment comes into play. Commitment is the difference between those who make progress and those who fall short. Commitment is not about feeling good all the time. It's about showing up when it's hard, when you're tired, when you're discouraged. It's about sticking to your goals even when the path ahead seems unclear. It's about refusing to let your emotions dictate your actions. Because let's face it, there will be times when you don't feel like working. There will be moments when you'd rather take a break or give up altogether. But that's the moment that separates the people who achieve their dreams from those who don't. When you commit to something, you're making a decision, not just a promise, a decision to push forward no matter what, a decision to follow through even when your emotions tell you otherwise. People who are successful are not the ones who feel motivated every single day. They are the ones who have made a deep, unshakable commitment to their vision. They know that motivation is fleeting, but commitment is what drives them, day after day. The beauty of commitment is that it doesn't require you to feel inspired or energetic all the time. What it requires is discipline. It requires you to create habits that align with your goals and stick to them even when things aren't perfect. It's about doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's about showing up to do the work even when the results aren't immediate or obvious. What most people don't realize is that every time you show up, even when you don't feel like it, you're building momentum. You're building the muscle of commitment. And just like any muscle, the more you exercise it, the stronger it becomes. At first, it might feel difficult, it might feel unnatural. But the more you commit to the process, the more you show up, the easier it gets. It's in the moments when you don't feel like it that your true character is developed. Commitment also means that you're willing to accept discomfort. You're willing to step outside your comfort zone and do what's necessary even when it's hard. Most people are looking for the easy way out. They want the shortcuts, the quick wins, the fast success. But those who succeed understand that real growth happens in the discomfort. It happens when you push past the initial resistance, when you step through the fear, when you continue moving forward even when it feels like progress is slow. The process may be tough, but your commitment to the end goal keeps you going. It's important to recognize that commitment doesn't always look glamorous. Success doesn't come in a straight line. There will be setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. But true commitment means staying in the game even when things aren't going your way. It means understanding that progress is often slow, but every step forward is a step closer to where you want to be. It means putting in the work even when no one is watching, even when no one is applauding your efforts. When you're truly committed, you stop making excuses. You stop letting your feelings control your actions. You stop telling yourself that you'll work harder tomorrow, or that you'll wait until things feel better. You stop giving yourself permission to quit. Commitment is not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about taking consistent, focused action no matter what. Your commitment will be tested over and over again. Life will throw curveballs and you'll face moments when you want to give up. But if you've made the decision to commit fully to your goals, to your vision, and to your success, you won't stop. The road won't always be smooth and the results won't always come quickly, but your commitment will see you through. Every time you continue to push forward despite the obstacles, every time you stay true to your promises, you are building a foundation of success. It's that foundation that will carry you through the toughest times and lead you to the life you've always dreamed of. Greatness is not something that just happens. It's not a gift that only a select few are born with. It's a choice. Every single day, you have the power to decide whether you're going to live up to your fullest potential or settle for less. The difference between those who achieve extraordinary things and those who don't is simply the decision to not settle, to not accept mediocrity, to not allow yourself to be limited by your current circumstances or by the doubts that creep into your mind. Greatness is a mindset, a way of living, a way of showing up every day with purpose and commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. You don't need anyone's permission to be great. You don't need a special talent or extraordinary circumstances. What you need is the determination to keep pushing, even when things get tough. What you need is the courage to challenge yourself, to push through fear, and to rise above the excuses. You are the only one who can decide what you're capable of. No one else can define your limits. No one else can tell you how far you can go. It's up to you to decide that greatness is your standard. The most successful people didn't get there by accident. They didn't wait for someone to give them an opportunity. They created their own opportunities. They recognize that greatness isn't something that's handed to you. It's something that you create through your actions, your decisions, and your relentless pursuit of excellence. It's not about talent. It's not about luck. It's about making a commitment to your goals and doing whatever it takes to achieve them. Greatness is a product of hard work, resilience, and an unwavering belief that you are capable of achieving more than you ever thought possible. One of the key components of greatness is the willingness to go beyond what's comfortable. People who achieve extraordinary things are willing to push through the discomfort, the fear, and the resistance that comes with growth. It's not about doing what's easy or convenient. It's about doing what's necessary even when it's difficult. It's about stepping outside of your comfort zone, taking risks, and embracing the unknown. Every step you take outside of your comfort zone is a step closer to greatness. The road to greatness is not a straight line. There will be obstacles, setbacks, and challenges along the way. But these are not signs that you should quit. They are signs that you are on the right path. You can't grow without facing challenges. You can't become great without pushing through difficulties. It's in the moments of adversity that your true character is revealed. It's when things get hard that you discover what you're really made of. If you quit every time things get tough, you'll never know the potential within you. To be great, you have to want it more than anything else. You have to be willing to sacrifice. You have to be willing to put in the work when no one is watching. You have to be willing to make the tough decisions and stay committed to your vision even when it seems like nothing is going your way. Greatness doesn't happen overnight. But every day you show up, every day you put in the effort, every day you choose not to settle, you are one step closer to achieving it. It's easy to get distracted by what others are doing or by the opinions of others, but greatness requires you to stay focused on your own path. You can't let the noise of the world pull you off course. You have to be laser focused on your vision and your goals. Greatness requires you to block out the distractions and stay true to your mission, even when the world is telling you to do something else. The decision to not settle is the first step in the journey toward greatness. It's the decision to keep going when others would quit. It's the decision to keep striving for excellence, even when the results don't come right away. Greatness isn't about being perfect. It's about being relentless in your pursuit of your dreams. It's about pushing through the setbacks, learning from the failures, and staying committed to your vision. Greatness is available to everyone, but only those who refuse to settle will ever reach it. In life, success is not guaranteed by talent, luck, or external circumstances. It's built on resilience, commitment, and the relentless pursuit of improvement. Challenges, obstacles, and setbacks are inevitable, but they don't define you, they refine you. It's not about waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect plan. It's about taking action, embracing imperfection, and learning from every experience. Greatness comes not from avoiding difficulty, but from overcoming it. The choice to keep pushing forward, even when it's hard, separates those who achieve their goals from those who give up. When you decide to commit, when you choose not to settle, and when you build resilience through every challenge, you unlock your true potential. Remember, greatness is not a destination, it's a mindset. It's not something that happens by chance. It's something you create through your actions, your decisions, and your unwavering belief that you can always do better, be better, and achieve more. Keep pushing forward, because your greatest achievements are often just beyond the obstacles you face today.